For the next 60 minutes, we're going to enjoy the release of tension in our low back. And oh my gosh, don't we all get it? That's for sure. This is a 1 hour long restorative practice. You got to rest, you got to restore to be able to rebuild, right? Absolutely. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. And oh boy, am I glad we're doing it from home today in Colorado because it is like torrential storms all last night, all right now. Crazy hail, overcast. It's just really, really insane. So that's why the lighting is a little dark today, and maybe the sound is going to be a little wonky too. But anyway, like everything, storms pass. Okay, so whatever you do what's right for your body. The bottom of the screen says that. You want to do what's right for you. You never want to hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. Not every position is meant for everybody's body. Some things just don't work, and that's okay. Accept it. Move on. Don't get hung up on it, but do what is right for your body. And as you do that, here's a word to think about. Obviously, you choose. Choose what is right for you. Pick your preference. Do what you like. For example, we're going to do a legs up the wall today, and in that legs up the wall, maybe you take it legs up the chair. Maybe you take it legs up the sofa. Maybe you take it legs up the wall, literally. Whatever works, choose what is right for you, what works in this moment. Okay, so every day our practices are different, so check us out every single day. We're here live, start to finish, no cuts, no retakes. It's real. It's just like being in a real class. It is live every day. Totally different. Tomorrow's going to be totally different from today. So check it out, see what you like, do what you like, and do what you don't like a little bit too, but just modify it. Make it work for your body. All right, so the props you're going to need for today in a restorative practice. A nice thick blanket, you've got that. An eye shade or a little towel. The towel can double as the eye shade. 2 yoga blocks. Choose what's right for you. All right, and maybe you choose to have a bolster or a big thick pillow, big supportive pillow from your sofa. All right, so let's come into the first pose. Okay, we are going to do legs up the wall. I told you that. Maybe you want to go up there now. If you like legs up the wall, do it for an hour. Oh boy, would that not feel great. I'm just holding space here for you, holding space for you to go into the poses that feel best for you. All right, so here's where I'm going to start today. I'm going to take these 2 blocks and I'm going to put them like in the shape of an L at the top of my mat. Then I'm going to put my bolster on top of it, so I got a nice incline. Then I'm going to come into a child's-like pose, and you can do it a couple of ways. If your knees don't like the deep bend, and not every day do the knees like the deep bend, maybe you send your legs around the bolster, kind of straddle it, and bring your chest down onto it. You can turn your head in one direction or the other. I'll tell you when we're about halfway through. If you do like a classic child's pose, maybe you take a classic child's pose on your bolster with the bolster flat on the ground. It's up to you. I'm going to bring my knees together, or not bring my toes together to touch. Knees spread wide, and then I'm going to rest on this bolster. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. Here we go. Close your eyes. Put your arms wherever they feel right. Maybe you like your forehead, your chest, your chin into the bolster, or maybe you want to give your head a turn. You rest however feels right for you. Mantras, we talk about those. Something you repeat to yourself in your mind that's a positive statement. Maybe in today's practice you say, I am calm, I am strong, I am centered, I am at peace. Wherever you are, eyes closed, breathe in deeply. Feel your back expand, feel it open up. And exhale completely, letting your chest rest even more on your bolster. Big breaths in through your nose and maybe out through your mouth. Breathe deeply. And deep breaths are the opposite of when we're stressed. So no stress here, just breath. Sink your hips back more towards your heels. Let the chest rest as you nestle into your bolster. And let all thoughts go. Close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose if that's comfortable for you, as you focus on just the sound of your breath. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. If you've been resting your head on one cheek, it is time to turn the other cheek. Turn your head in the other direction. Rest the ear, the cheek on your mat. Settle your chest in to your bolster and breathe. Deepen your breath as you feel your lungs expand out your back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If this pose is really speaking to you today, stay right here. I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to press on up. Maybe you do the same thing with your eyes closed even. And just slowly come on back around and place your back on your bolster now. And just think of deep breaths, peaceful, calm. Maybe eye shade and blanket you bring with you. Maybe you cover up a bit with the blanket, however you like. Lean back onto your bolster. Cover your eyes with your towel or your little eye shade. Arms down by your sides. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Arms wherever you like, whatever feels good, whatever feels sustainable and pleasurable to you in this moment. And your legs, they can be any way you like. Maybe long on your mat, maybe bent with the soles of your feet on your mat, or maybe knees open to the sides of your room and the soles of your feet touch. Eyes are closed, space between your teeth. Those big breaths you took out your back a moment ago, take them out the front of your chest now. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. So it's 5 minutes here. Get into your breath and nothing else. Shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Deepen your breath and just enjoy this peaceful time. Take a few more really deep breaths. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out, really big. Stay here longer if you wish. Feels really good in this pose in the shoulders, the upper back. It's great for your posture as well. All right, so stay here longer if you like. I'm going to go to that supported caterpillar pose. So maybe bring your knees together, send your legs long if you took a different variation. Press on up, nice and slowly. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. All right, there's a couple ways to do this. If it's uncomfortable in your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs, maybe bring the bolster underneath your knees, and that feels really good. And we're going to fold forward. You could take your blocks, put them on your lap, put the blanket on top of it, and you can fold forward here. Maybe that feels good. The classic variation of this pose doesn't use the blocks. It just uses the bolster with your legs straight out in front of you, placing the bolster onto your legs, and you fold over here. Maybe put the blanket on top of the bolster to begin, because we're just going to hinge forward, and you're going to loosen up your low back here. So just note where you are, doesn't matter. And just note the progress over time as you relax into the pose. This is 5 minutes also. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly, deeply. Let your thoughts be free as you focus only on your breath. Arms wherever feel comfortable, because all you're going for here is the nice, deep lengthening and release of tension in your low back. So it doesn't matter how it looks. Maybe your arms are by your sides, wherever. Or maybe they're on your bolster with interlaced fingers. Doesn't matter how it looks. What matters is how it feels. Let this feel great in your low back. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Deepen your breath out your back. Hollow out your belly. Think of your navel going back to your spine to allow you to fold in half even more. Take a deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Think of your spine as lengthening, crown of your head going more towards your feet. Think of space being created in your low back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I don't know about you, but maybe you want to stay in that pose even longer, and that would be just fine. I think a lot of times in a restorative practice, you start a pose and you're like, oh, there's no way I'm going any farther. But over time, and that's the point, the magic spot is supposed to be between 3 and 5 minutes where you just totally let go. And maybe that's what you're feeling here now. Stay here longer if you like. I'm going to take a brief pentacle pose just to kind of even everything out. Because we did a big kind of a back bend and a forward fold. So just come down to your mat, not long. Come on down. Don't let your props go too far away. And in your pentacle pose, maybe arms go high overhead, legs spread wide. You make your body look like the letter X. Adjust your arms to what feels right. Nothing should hurt here. It should be totally neutral. Come back to your mantra, maybe. I am strong. I am flexible. I am mobile. I am centered. I am at peace. Whatever it is, tell your brain that. Big breath in and big breath out. Belly button to spine allows you to really feel the low back. Stay here longer if you like. All right, I'm going to have to press on up to get my props. Float your arms down by your sides. Maybe find your bolster or a block, because we're going to come into like a supine twist with our knees supported. So I'm going to put the bolster between my legs, and I'm going to rest my top leg so my knee is at about hip height. Maybe cover up a little bit with the blanket if that feels good. Come on down. We're going to do 5 minutes on both sides. That's a lot. So knees are bent. The bolster or a block is between them to keep the knee at about hip height. Maybe cover up a little bit with your blanket because it feels good. Tee out your arms. Maybe you use an eye shade too. You're going to try to turn your head a little bit to the opposite direction to which your knees are pointing. So my knees are bent to the right. I'm going to turn my head a little bit to the left, but it doesn't turn very much. Maybe cover your eyes with your eye shade. Tee out your arms if that feels great. Look to the left and nestle in here for 5 minutes. Don't worry about the time. Just feel good, feel right. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Shoulders are fully down on the earth and away from your ears. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Maybe you can turn your neck even a little bit more to the left. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in. See how that feels in this twist. And deep, full breath out. Couple more cycles of breath. Bringing awareness to the sensations in your body. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're going to transition. This is a great pose. I love the transition for this one. All you got to do, bring your head back up to the midline. Take your knees with your prop between them. Bring it on up and float it on over to the other side. Not much movement. That feels good. Let your knees fall to the opposite side. Adjust your blanket. Maybe tee out your arms. And turn your head in the other direction. Enjoy that bolster between the knees, maybe between the ankles too. Let it be comfortable. Can you turn your neck maybe a little bit more? Can you soften in your shoulders maybe a little bit more? Can you feel the deep twist in your waist just a little bit more? Deepen your breath. Soften your shoulders. Less than a minute remains. Make the most of your breath here. Take that big breath in. And a big full twist breath out. And when you're ready, slowly bring your head back to the midline of your body. Oh, remove your bolster. Just kind of kick it out with your legs. Kick it aside. All right. So now let's come back to pentacle pose, just briefly. Heels spread wide. Arms maybe spread wide overhead at the top of your body. The X-shape pose. Adjust your arms, adjust your legs so you are truly comfortable. Breathe deeply. I'm not going to be here very long, just a little bit of a reset. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. Let it go. All right. Arms float down by your sides. Grab your bolster or your blocks, your eye shade, and your blanket. Bend your knees, press your hips on up, and slip either the bolster or the block, singular, underneath your low back. Put it nice and low, and let your spine relax here. Low back relax. Knees can be bent. Knees can be in toward the midline of your body, and then kind of walk your feet out a little bit for a collapsed bridge pose. Observe for a moment how that feels in your low back. Is that the sensation you want? Maybe you take it back to just a classic kind of supported bridge pose. Or maybe you decide to take that pontoon pose and send your legs along on your mat. That feels good in the hip flexors. Maybe that's the stretch you like today. Cover your body, whatever parts you like, with your blanket. Just have that little bit of weight there. And cover your eyes. I'm going to take just a classic bridge pose here. Soles of the feet on the mat. This one's not going to be very long unless you want it to be longer. I'm just going to do a 3-minute timer here. Now the idea is those last little vertebrae down at the bottom of your spine are off of your block or your bolster, and they're just decompressing. You can kind of feel when the bolster or the block is just right because it feels like, you're supported, but gravity is working with you to decompress the low back. Take a deep breath in. And that big full breath out, remembering that trick of bringing the belly button back to the spine. Really feel how that feels. And you've got a choice now. You always have choices, right? Maybe you want to stay here, or maybe you want to make your way over to the wall. We've got two poses left. A legs up the wall and a final Shavasana pose. Today, I'm going to take my legs up the wall on this bolster. So I'm going to kind of press my weight into my feet, scoot the bolster a little bit higher, and just send my legs up to the sky. Still got the blanket here. That feels nice. And I'm going to cover my eyes with my eye shade or my towel. That feels good too. Arms down by my sides. Now, if you want to literally do it up the wall, you can scoot your way over to your wall. Place one hip up next to the wall and swing your extended legs on up the wall. You don't want your bottom right on the wall. You want a little bit of an angle so your heels rest on the wall. Draw your toes more towards your shins. Another option, so many options, would be to have a chair or your sofa nearby. You scoot your bottom up next to the bottom of your sofa and then bend your knees and rest your calves on the seat. That feels good too. And one benefit of that is it really plugs your tailbone down into the earth. If you're up against the wall, lots of things you can do with your legs. If it's a little too much on your low back, bend your knees and push the soles of your feet into the wall. You could also bring the soles of your feet together and open up your knees to the wall. Or just focus on moving your legs to a point where they feel really awesome for you. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll be here about 7 minutes total. Soften your shoulders. Arms are heavy. tailbone is really down on the earth or the mat or the bolster. Soften in your jaws. Let your forehead relax. Try to let any little bits of tension that are in your body, let it go. It's hard, I know, but try to experiment with it. Let everything be heavy and soft. Deepen your breath. Soften in the chest. Soften the area between the eyebrows. Full breaths in and even fuller breaths out. All right, whichever variation of your legs up the wall that you are in, stay here and enjoy it longer if you like. I'm going to come into a final Shavasana pose. It's kind of hard to believe that we're to that point already. The hour's gone by that fast. You know what? If you've never done legs up the wall without a wall on your bolster, you should try it sometime. You think, oh, holding your legs up, that's going to be hard. It's effortless. It just kind of lets your legs feel like they're floating. Kind of nice. Just an option, just something to try. I'm going to bend my knees, make your way off the wall the way you got onto the wall, if that's what you chose to do, and if you're choosing to come out and come into your final Shavasana pose. I'm going to bring my feet down. I'm going to press my hips on up. I'm just going to slide this bolster down underneath my knees. Minimal movement. If you don't have to come up, don't bother. Stay down and be at peace. All right, I'm going to do something a little strange with my blocks. Eye shade to cover your eyes, blanket to cover whatever you want to cover. I really like the bolster behind the knees. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Classic final Shavasana would be fully reclined with nothing. I'm going to take the 2 blocks. We've done this a few times before, but this is just to steady your mind, to calm your mind. Place the 1 block at the top of your head, maybe at its high height. You figure out what works for you. The other block, balance it a little bit on that block, so it's just resting at the bridge of your nose. Sounds strange, looks strange, but who cares how it looks? The effects are worth it. Just a little bit of pressure on the bridge of your nose, and then maybe cover with the towel or however it works for you. Cover the eyes, arms down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears. There's some things that just don't change in this pose. Let your pinky toes fall a little bit to the edges of your mat. Eyes are closed. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Find peace in your final Shavasana pose, or whichever pose you are in, for about 5 minutes. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Suspend the thoughts and come back to just your breath. Deepen your breath. Can you soften just a little bit more? Wherever it is you need to soften. Maybe it's the shoulders, the belly, the temples. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slower breath out. Straw breathing, we've done that before. To do it, you take a big breath in through your nose, and then purse your lips just a little bit like you're trying to sip through a teeny tiny little straw. And as you exhale, send the breath out through your lips. Try a few breaths like this. Calm the mind even more. If you'd like to stay in your final Shavasana pose longer, or your legs up the wall, or maybe even your child's pose, stay in that position as long as it feels good. I challenge you to overcome the desire to just quit, just finish, just enjoy just a few more minutes. So maybe hit the pause on your remote. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and toes just a little bit. Feel how that feels. Then increase the range of motion in your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Observe the movement in those extremities. Move them to whatever feels really good right now. If you use the block set up on your head, go ahead and gently remove it, put it aside. Take a big good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Big breath in, big breath out. No rush, no hurry. When you're ready, bend your knees. If you use the blocks or the bolster, roll it aside. Come into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can end right here or slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position as you conclude your practice your way. I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer center and just gratitude and thanks to my body, to my low back for feeling better. Press your thumbs into your chest, lengthen up through your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. I hope the hour went by quickly for you. I hope the tension that you may have felt is gone. If you noted your stress in the beginning, just note it now. How do you feel? Yoga brings the body, the mind, the spirit all together. It really does work. I hope that you feel better today as you go on with your life, as you go on with doing whatever you need to do. You have power over how you react. You have power how you're going to adapt. You have power over your breath. Take the action, choose wisely, and just enjoy your day. From us to you, much love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See you back on your mats tomorrow for a different kind of practice. Love you guys. Goodbye. Hello, Barbara. How are you? How are you? Bye. Thank you for being here, doing your yoga with me and letting me do my yoga with you, and Piper and Bonnie too. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're feeling better by doing your yoga. And you really are, aren't you? Tell your friends about that so they can do our yoga too. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody and everybody. Everybody can do this yoga because they modify. You modify. It's all good. Check out our website. Tell them about our website. Watch us on Facebook or YouTube. You can also visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com if you'd like to support our broadcast. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for another day of yoga. See you tomorrow for more. Love you guys.